Yeah, you got things ahead of you.
I just have to take care of business and then get out of here on Wednesday.
Yeah, you got a TCOB.
Friday, yeah. And then I'll be back on Friday. And then hopefully we can go to this baseball game. That'd be good.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll check and see. Actually, I'll text my brother right now.
We're doing a show here on Thursday and Saturday.
All good, man. Well, I mean, I'm here next Monday. The following Monday I'm not going to be here, but I'll be here next Monday.
Yeah, try just hang out. You want to hang out without me writing anything?
Yeah, or just do a thing like like we were saying, where we go to a cool place on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Or we go to eat and then record a restaurant review.
Yeah.
I mean,
That'd be funny.
yeah. Yeah.
We need to do a restaurant review of like the shittiest places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a restaurant review of like
Arandinas, all the Arandinas.
yeah, every R&Dness. Although they're good though. The one by us is good.
Fucking restaurant review of Waterloo Circle C.
Yeah, right. Circle C Waterloo. Right.
All right, guys.
All right.
I'll see you later.
See ya. Let's go to Pluckers. Let's go to fucking Pluckers. We're on right now. We're streaming.
I told them that we were. I told the people.
Told the people.
To the people.
Switch us back over.
Who is this America?
All right. Yeah, sorry, we're still playing Zelda. I'm playing Zelda. This game is so long.
So you tortured yourself through how many Captain America films in honor of President's Day?
So yeah, Mr. Sunday Movies did their little reviews of all the Captain America movies. And I was like, I want to watch some of those again. So I just started the MCU from the beginning. We started at Iron Man, and before we started this, I just finished Iron Man 3. And
Iron Man.
the movies are still good. Those games were good back then. Those movies were good back then. You know, so
Yeah.
at some point they turned to slop, but by Iron Man 3 they weren't really slop yet. They were still good.
Iron Man 3 was Civil War, right?
No, Iron Man
No,
3
that's
was
Captain America 3.
Iron Man 3 was haha, the Mandarin isn't actually the Mandarin, which a lot of the fanboys didn't like, but it was a very good character movie. And it was Shane Black, dude. It was a Shane Black movie. Reminded me of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang or some of those.
I saw the first one in the theater with my cousin and his son. And his son was asking for nachos the whole time, and his dad kept saying no, and they were arguing. And I was like, just give him some fucking nachos. Can we watch the movie?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? Whenever I watch, and I do the same thing. I let my kids have whatever they want because I don't want to fucking fight anymore. Because I know that they have more willpower than I do.
Yeah.
I know that they're just going to keep asking and being annoying. Because that's their only option. To get what they want, that's all the power they have in the world is just to be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, they're going to just keep
being annoying.
Unless you hit them in the face with a baseball bat.
Right. Hitting children in the face with a baseball bat. That is the theme.
That's the solution.
Of today's
Donnie's
stream.
razor. But the razor is a baseball bat.
Yeah. It's like what John Cusack said in Grosse Point Blank. He's like, hey, if I show up at your door, you did something to bring me there.
Yeah.
If the baseball bat meets your face, you did something to bring the baseball bat.
It's working.
You were so low last time. I gotta turn your gain up.
I have to be able to feel my hairs touching.
Yeah, you have to literally have your mouth. That's why I sound so loud on the recordings and you don't. Is because you don't have your mouth just making out with the.
Well,
with
I feel
microphone.
bad because that other one got all brown from my face filth.
Well, it's already. Look, that one's brown too. It's
and other
fine.
people have to use this one, but that's why I got a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's your disgusting brown mouth.
It's the sin coming out of my mouth. Evil words.
I love that Chris's dad doesn't like the things we talk about.
You guys talk about jerking off too much in my house when you were little. Cut it out. You fucking disgusting freaks.
Fucking bitch.
You're gross.
So, what would you say is the best MCU movie?
As far as
just your favorite, in your opinion, the absolute best
Yeah,
Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I've been thinking about this a lot because it's the factors that make things my favorite have a lot to do with the experience and the time.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
And
I mean,
where I was at
again,
in my
it's
life.
for you, right? It's
Yeah.
not. It's not. Oh, this is the objectively the best one, but just what's your favorite?
The reason I like Shadow of Colossus so much
Because of the things
is
that were
because
going
I was
on.
living in that stupid bitch in my house, and I didn't want to talk to her, so I
Yeah,
just
right.
used the game to ignore her. But I was really excited when Guardians of the Galaxy and Deadpool at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, Deadpool 1 was something I'd been looking forward to since I was 14. And, it was better than the other ones that I was looking forward to was just a Wolverine standalone movie, and those
Yeah.
weren't as good as Deadpool 1. So the two that I'd been hoping for my whole life were Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. Right.
And Deadpool was the one that nailed it. So for me, that was MCU, right? Or was that Sony? I don't know.
I mean, it was
there's a whole argument.
20th Century Fox, so it was technically the X-Men shit.
Yeah.
But now that Deadpool is in the thing
Now,
in
is that
Deadpool and Wolverine,
retroactive?
retroactively, you can say that. So I guess you could count the first Deadpool
But
as your favorite.
yeah, I guess then Deadpool Wolverine, the newest one, would be
Yeah.
my favorite because those are the two that I was looking forward to my whole
Yeah,
life. And if
and
you're
those
saying
are
it
the
has to
ones-
be MCU, that's MCU.
And those were the ones that got Wolverine comic book stuff that they never had before. I
Days
liked
of
that.
Future Past wasn't MCU.
No.
Yeah, that was my other favorite.
So my favorite MCU is a tie, and it's Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah,
The two of
yeah, that
those
was the
are
apex.
Yeah,
was
those are
the
the best they
denouement.
ever got. Directly below that is, I think, to me, the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I think that was my favorite / the best of mine. And then after that is probably Winter Soldier, and then Iron Man 1. And there's like 2 or 3 others around there, but the first Avengers movie was great. And going back and watching the original Avengers, or like starting from the beginning, those first few movies were so small scale compared to how huge and insane they got at the end. That first Avengers movie is so quaint now. It's so little because it's just the 6 Avengers fighting Loki, and then it has the Thanos tease at the end.
Yeah, I didn't need the Avengers to exist. I hadn't been looking forward to an Avengers movie my whole life.
Yeah,
I was more of an X-Men kind of fan.
yeah.
The Avengers seemed like the Star Trek to the Star Wars of X-Men to Avengers.
Yeah, I was always an X-Men guy. I was always an X-Men kid. I
Yeah.
was way more into X-Men than I was into any of the other Marvel guys. But by the time, I would say probably once that first Avengers movie, walking out of that first Avengers movie, I was totally pumped for anything MCU after that. I was on board for whatever they wanted to do.
I mean, I was on board after Iron Man 1 just because
Yeah.
I was glad to see that logo, the big Marvel Splash logo at
Yeah.
the beginning, and go, that's the one that was on the comics.
Right.
Now that when they introduced Avi Arad or whatever the fuck, that was kind of a weird bummer. I don't know who that guy
'Cause he
is,
sucks.
and he just seemed like a weird.
He was the guy
Persian,
who had-
Algerian.
Well, he's the guy who had like the rights or whatever
Yeah.
that made a lot of it happen.
He did a lot of interviews, and he was like, "This is how we are going to do it now."
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was way more
I was like,
X-Men.
who the fuck are you? Where's Stan Lee?
I was way more X-Men growing up as a kid, but I knew all the Marvel characters and all that shit, like all the Captain Americas and all those.
But starting with Iron Man 1, they were just setting up for Avengers. They did
Yeah.
Iron Man, then they did Thor, then they did Captain
Yeah.
America.
And well, it started because
Yeah,
it starts
put it
off a
all
little
together.
bit weird. It starts off with just Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk, right? And then Iron Man has the post credits of Nick Fury showing up and talking about the Avengers Initiative. And then the Hulk movie has Tony Stark showing up at the end saying we're going to put a team together to Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah.
And then nothing really happened for a couple years. The next one was Iron Man 2, right? Iron Man 2 came out and they set it up a little bit more, and then they had Thor and Captain America, and then was the Avengers. So it was just so small to begin with. And it didn't really. I didn't really think it really started getting real big until they introduced Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And that's when it started getting like cosmic, and then of course they had added Doctor Strange and all those guys, and I don't know. Just it was so huge at the end. They had so many heroes. It was such a. It was a great accomplishment.
And in-game and Infinity War both achieved what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
They made you want to see the next one.
Right.
It was exciting. I mean, I'm kind of pumped for Fantastic Four. I like the stylistic switch
That looks interesting. Yeah.
shift. I liked Doctor Strange a lot. The first one.
First Doctor Strange is probably up there. So what I was saying after Iron Man 1, then it's probably Doctor Strange and Thor Ragnarok. Those are my next two favorites.
So Iron Man 1 was 2008, but The Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton was 2008 also.
Yeah, those
That's
came out
Marvel.
the same like summer
So
basically.
that's the MCU.
That's the beginning of the MCU.
It had
right
Thunderbolt Ross in it.
there. Yeah.
Same.
But now he's Harrison Ford, even though I don't even consider this new shit to count.
And then at what point was Spider-Man Far From Home or Homecoming was the first that?
Yeah, they introduced him in Civil War. They made that deal with
And that was Marvel.
they made that deal with Sony to share him. But they introduced him in Civil War, and then Homecoming was the first movie of his.
But I liked Ant-Man because it was funny. I liked Thor Ragnarok because it was funny.
Yeah,
But,
I like
mean,
Thor Ragnarok just because it was cool.
Those wouldn't have happened without Guardians of the Galaxy and Deadpool. That was the beginning of the funny trend.
Yeah.
So I was
Well-
happy that they were doing that.
Yeah, I mean, Thor Ragnarok got definitely, it got that Taika Waititi humor or whatever, and
Yeah, they don't. I don't know. I'm not sure what order they. I looked up MCU movies in order, and it's giving me a bunch of ones that weren't in the MCU.
okay, yeah. So MCU is
And now
Iron
we
Man.
have Thunderbolts.
Fuck that. Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, Avengers, Iron Man 3.
Civil War.
No, Iron Man 3, and then I think Winter Soldiers after
It's
Iron Man
2014.
3. And then Thor Dark World. Oh, no, maybe Thor Dark World came before Winter Soldier. And then after those two was, I think,
So Iron Man was 08.
Age of Ultron is the follow up to Winter Soldier, because at the very beginning of Age of Ultron they're taking out Hydra, and then I think it's after Age of Ultron is whenever it introduces Guardians of the Galaxy and it starts getting
See,
crazy.
they did
Doctor
it right. It
Strange.
was 3 years between Iron Man and Captain America. Iron Man was 08. Captain
Yeah.
America, the first Avenger, was 11.
Yeah, right. There was a
So
couple
they
year
went to
gap.
their room and they thought about it.
Well, there was a couple year gap, and it's
They
because
didn't
there was a
get
lot of shit
greedy
going
and
on.
horny and rapey and
Right.
shove it in down our throats.
I know, right? They didn't have to have 15 TV shows to keep their Disney Plus subscriptions.
That's
going.
what I wanted to do for the war against white dudes. I was gonna do an act out of like bending over the bench and sticking my ass in the air of women going, "Look, we're wearing pussy hats. Look, we're angry about The Handmaid's Tale. Look, we're all gonna vote for Kamala because of Roe versus Wade," and then just continually arch my back further over this. And then at the end go, "You did all this while white men were still in power."
Yeah.
So then Trump came up behind you and went, "Fuck Elon, Jim Vance, me, all my children, DEI, explosion." You bent over and you stuck your ass in the air and you were asking for it.
Like, oh no!
I
don't
can't
do
believe
that."
they fucked me after I bent over 3 times and stuck
That's
my
pretty
pussy
good.
out.
Yeah.
First Class came out in 2011 too. That was still under Sony.
Yeah. No, it's 20th Century Fox because Marvel bought or Disney bought 20th Century Fox.
So
When
they
was
were still
that?
trying.
Was that 19? I don't know.
There ain't gonna be no Blade movie. Quit lying.
Yeah, there's never going to be another Blade unless they bring back Wesley Snipes.
Okay, so then Thor Dark World was 2013.
Yeah. Iron Man 3 and Thor Dark World came out in 2013.
So Thor was between Iron Man and Cap.
Yes.
Thor was the second one. It was 2011 too. It was all the same year.
Yeah.
What? Somebody has these years wrong.
Yeah, no.
Dark World was 2013.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dark World and Iron Man 3 were right after Avengers the year before.
So 2011 was a big year for Marvel.
Yeah, that's whenever Thor and Captain America came out. And then 2012 was, I think the only one in 2012 was Avengers.
Yeah.
And that was huge. Oh, my
Yeah.
God, it was so big. I remember going and seeing that like opening weekend.
And that went on
Being
for
blown
7
away.
years till Endgame 2019.
Yeah. And then they just started pumping them out.
They were flailing. I mean, they know because they knew what they were doing until Endgame. They had a plan.
Yeah.
They started flailing when they went to Disney.
Yeah. Now I can tell you exactly whenever they started going off track, and it was freaking Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
There should not have been a Captain Marvel movie in between the two Avengers movies because they just had to shoehorn her in.
Mm-hmm.
If they were going to do Captain Marvel, they should have done her in like 2015, and they also should have done a Black Widow movie around then too. That's ridiculous that they never had a Black Widow movie until after she was dead.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
2021 was Black Widow.
Yeah.
Civil War was 2016. That was nice in the middle of everything. But they didn't do the thing from the comics where Pyro blew up a whole town.
No, they had to use the characters they had, so they turned it into...
It was Havoc.
Yeah, was it Havoc? It was some like small superhero team blew up a school, an elementary school with kids in it, accidentally, and that's what caused it. But in this one, they're like, okay, well, let's just make it to where Scarlet Witch does it, and it kills Black Panther's father, so we can have Black Panther in this. Which is fine. Civil War was great. I thought it was great.
I thought it was Havoc or somebody with a pyro.
It's like Cannonball or one of those.
He blew up a whole town of. When there was a school there, it was a whole trailer lot.
I don't remember much of the specific comic book Civil War other than Spider-Man took his mask off in a press conference. Says, "I'm Peter Parker and I'm pro registration or whatever."
After the death of hundreds of innocent civilians caught in a battle between the New Warriors and Nitro.
Yeah, it was New Warriors. That was the team that was fighting them.
Government passes into law the Superhuman Registration Act.
Yeah.
Which the X-Men didn't like because they had already been through Days of Future Past. They knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Civil War. That was very social commentary during that time. You can't tell me what to do with my rights that I'm not using anyway. How dare you? We watched that fucking Gorge movie.
Yeah, what's that about?
I told you about it on a previous stream. It's two snipers on either end of a canyon.
Uh-huh.
And at the bottom of the canyon is a bunch of just hell creatures.
Okay.
But then they fall in love with each other, the two snipers. It's a Russian girl and an American guy with PTSD.
Is it somebody famous? The girl?
Anya Tang.
Oh yeah, it's a funny face.
Yeah.
Eyes slightly too far apart, girl.
So she sees him with her telescope across the canyon gorge.
Yeah.
Waking up in the middle of the night screaming, and she's like, "Ooh, I want him to wake up and choke me in the middle of the night." He's got PTSD real good. I like that. So she starts holding up signs that he can read, and then they read each other's signs.
Oh,
she's like, "It's my birthday. I can do whatever I want." And they get drunk together and listen to the Ramones. It had the makings of what could end up being something like Twilight for this generation's 15-year-olds. Like it was very cool. Like they were trying to be cool, you could tell.
Yeah.
As an older person, but as a younger person, I could see totally how you could fall for it and be like, "This is so cool. This is my zeitgeist of my generation."
Yeah, but the problem is that girls don't care about war, so it's not cool for girls. It has to be a sad vampire.
Yeah, she's a
that
badass
sparkles.
bitch. It's just for goth girls, for emo girls. She's darkness. She's very femme Nikita. But then, yeah, the trailer barely showed any of like what happened. They actually go down into the gorge and they find out that the trailer makes it look like
I'm
they're
gonna carpet bomb all these guys.
hell beasts, but it turns out that it was an experiment of nuclear
nice.
genetics.
Yeah, I can't do it.
It's hollow men. It's men with like made of roots and plants and
Oh,
stuff.
interesting.
It's cool creatures. It had some stuff I've never seen before in a movie.
Yeah.
But again, the measure by which we're judging our enjoyment of media anymore is not money, it's time, because
Right.
we're old.
Right. Yeah.
I don't care about spending money at the theater. I care about what else I could have done during that 2 hours.
Yeah. Right.
And I don't invest fully in the viewing as much as other people do. I watch shit in the background, so I don't feel like I wasted I'm always doing something else.
Better not be doing anything else while you're watching Severance. You have to concentrate on that shit.
No, yeah, Severance is like Arrested Development.
Yeah.
I saw a spoiler before I saw this last episode, and I thought the watermelon was talking to him. I was like, oh, I got to see this.
What the hell they do now? Yeah, right.
I waited the whole time for the watermelon. It was just a watermelon. I was like, God damn it.
Sometimes a watermelon is just a watermelon.
Sometimes the bear eats you.
That's funny. It was funny because the guys on the Discord, a couple of them were like, "It was a simulation. The outdoor thing was just, it wasn't real. It's like the Matrix or whatever." I was like, "No, it wasn't. No, everything is real in this world. There's no simulations. There's no like Matrix. We plug you in." Sure enough, I was right, and I got to say I told you so.
Yeah, I wish we could have watched it together because when she was like, "How did you know it wasn't me?" and he was like, "I fucked you in the ass in the tent." It was pretty good. That
Yeah, she's
seemed
gonna
like
find
a
out.
pretty
She's
cool
gonna
girl.
find out at some point.
She's a lot cooler than you are.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, your outie, you know.
Your outie is all the way outie.
Yeah.
Your innie is more reserved.
Yeah.
That was the same with the gorge. I was watching the gorge, and they were like falling in love across the gorge, and he shoots a rope across, and then it gets fucked up, and she goes and fixes it, and we were just watching it, and I was like, she better fucking fix that rope. There's dick on the other end of that rope.
Yeah.
Like, this is the penis rope. I hope he gets attached to the tree. He needs to zip over here soon. And then they finally met after flirting over the canyon for like 3 months, and I was like, they should just fuck now.
Yeah.
Why do they even have to talk and have dinner? Like, this
Yeah.
is all a dumb game. Look, honey, we don't have to play these games.
Right.
Obviously, we're in love. They were dancing for each other in the binoculars. I was like, when he gets across there with the rope, it's time to fucking do it.
She should be taking her clothes off for him through the binoculars, you know. Do a freaking American Beauty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me see if you can spooge all the way across the gorge. She hit me in the face. Kingdom come all over my tits, deliverance. Walter's getting into that game because it's got the stats. I'm very happy for him to do stat games.
Clyde Stroker said he's finally made it to a stream on time.
Hey.
He's happy. Hey, Clyde. How's it going, Clyde?
I don't know who that is unless you say who you are on TikTok, I guess. Or where we know you from. We have 40, average 40, 30, 40 listeners, and we don't know who they are on the podcast still. YouTube, we know who some people are, and TikTok, we know who some people are, but it would be nice to, if we knew who any of these people are. I really want to watch this SNL thing. I've seen parts of it.
SNL 50 thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to actually sit down.
And I'll use Peacock.
I have Peacock, I think. I have Clay's Peacock still.
Oh, yeah, that other show of that clip of that guy I was showing you, to call him father, they were making the same jokes we were about how many times it says come in the Bible.
Yeah.
Jesus is going to come. He's going to come furious.
Awesome.
But one of the guys is a Christian and the other guy isn't. And then they both have some stand-up clips. They're from New York. And the other host had a really funny clip where he was like, here's my impression of every business analyst in the 1800s. Just get slaves. He's like, business analysts didn't get invented until after slavery.
Yeah, right.
Because you didn't need anybody to analyze how to do business.
Yeah, just more slaves.
Yeah,
The answer was more slaves, right?
What's wrong with you? There was no such thing as ROI before slavery.
Yeah.
What's an investment? What do you mean? You mean you put something in and you get something back? That doesn't make any sense.
Hey, Clyde's a Fort Worth guy. He's Fort Worth comedian, he says.
Nice. Welcome to it being on the show.
I might actually be up in Fort Worth sometime soon. Maybe. Where should we go to watch and or do comedy in Fort Worth? Where's your favorite place, Clyde?
Yucks. I heard Fort Worth girls are easy. I heard that from my disgusting old roommate.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that I've ever been to. I've been to Plano. I've been to Dallas. It's all one now. We're gonna have that happen down here soon. It's gonna be Austin.
It's all one, but it takes 2 hours to get across it.
Soon it's gonna be Austin, Round Rock, Kyle, Georgetown. It's all gonna be a conglomeration of.
Yeah.
Check it out, folks. How did you like that Jim McCann? You watched?
I watched like 6 minutes of it. I was telling Chris, I'm like, I kind of understand what Nick Mullen's saying now. Whenever I've watched so much comedy, and seen so much comedy that I'm just like, I don't even react to it. I'm like, yeah, that's funny, in theory.
I like it. How short it is.
Yeah.
And he's fast and furious the whole time. It's full of good stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
That's
I like his talk about the homeless people and
Yeah.
and all that. That was pretty good. But I didn't watch all of it though. I still have to watch the rest of it.
Well, he doesn't. Yeah, he's gonna get outside perspective on. Because I've got a bunch of homelessness material too, but I'm here,
Right.
so I'm mostly bothered about them in the woods. But he talks later about the guy, or did you see about the guy at the Whataburger? The guy
No, I
that's-
didn't get to that part.
There's a man ripping at a Whataburger. It's the guy across from the one at Sandy's.
Oh yeah, yeah. We,
On the median?
Yeah, we know that Whataburger.
Yeah.
I've hid out from the cops at that Whataburger drunk. Like I can't drive until I've had a double Whataburger.
Yeah, I think that's what that Whataburger is for. It's
Yeah.
for harboring drunks.
Yeah, I remember one time I stopped at that Whataburger. It was like 1:30 in the morning. I was way too drunk to drive, so I went in there and I ate at there.
You
And
know
there were,
what'll help?
and then two other
patty melt.
guys. There were two dudes at like the next
Doing
booth
the
over.
same thing. Hey, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, and then we were all done with our food. I was done with my food, and they were. But then the cops pulled a girl over and they pulled into the parking lot, and they made her do like the drunk test, and then they arrested her for DUI. And so me and these two other dudes just sat and watched them arrest her, refusing to leave the Whataburger because we knew that we were too drunk and that they would catch us too. So I sat there for 2 hours with two strangers watching a girl get arrested for DUI, not wanting to go to my car and leave because I was also very drunk and would have gotten arrested.
Matt got a DUI because his wife, then girlfriend, jerked the wheel. They were fighting in that Jeep,
Yeah,
drunk,
that sounds
driving
like
home.
something she would do.
And she started yelling "fuck you" at each other.
Yeah,
And she grabbed the wheel and almost ran them off the road. So he pulled over and said, "We're not going anywhere now.
yeah,
If you're going to keep doing that, I need you to either walk away and find another ride home, or tell me that you're not going to do that and you have to sit in the back seat now like a baby." And she was like, fuck you. And then the police came up because there's a couple fighting in a car
yeah.
on the side of the road right in front of the city. They get everybody there. That's where the no refusal spot was, just right across from all the vans and all the where they used to take your blood and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They used to warn us. Remember when we used to have rights and they used to warn us when it was no refusal? Now
No
they're just
refusal.
like this
Now it's
all
just-
the time.
It is no refusal weekend forever. Although,
Hey, it's the weekend always.
although now, I mean, God, Uber was so great for Austin. Like it was the best thing to be in Austin, especially when it was cheap. Back that first like 3 or 4 years, whenever Uber was like a ride from one side of Austin to the other was like $17. That was great. I don't know how we lived without it. You know, it's insane.
Clyde says he's going to get us on spots at Yuck Yucks. Yeah, I just performed at the mothership for the first time last Monday. And it was everything I had dreamt of. It proved itself to be worth continuing to try to do that again.
Yeah.
Which it took 6 tries, but it's a full room, which is great. You see a lot more full rooms in other towns than you do here.
Yeah.
With how much this comedy scene is supposed to be awesome.
I think the comedy scene is mostly just mothership.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird watching comedy clips as someone who performs now and just judging it by how many head silhouettes you see.
Yeah, right.
Like, this is good material, but if there's nobody there, that sucks. But when I got up at Mothership, I hadn't performed in 6 months. That was the first time in a long time. We hadn't been going to
Yeah.
South, whatever. Luster Pearl.
Yeah, you need. I mean, really, it really helps if you have actual people in the crowd that aren't the other comedians.
Well, and I had performed at Luster Pearl 5 weeks in a row every Wednesday night, and then at a certain point, I was like, I'm practicing for what? There's nobody here,
Yeah.
so I'm getting better and better for no reason. So I would have to go to Luster as a practice, and then try at Mothership every Monday also.
But you also did the. You got everything that's where these X's are things that I already got from the Amiibos. So I'm just gonna sell this shit.
Can't with the
one of
wind.
those fucking things. What do you call it? Well, you did the Baker Street thing.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. But I kind of quit doing it because it wasn't fun. I was like, I'm not going to do it unless it's fun. And I got tired of open mic hosts acting like God. Like, you're not. I did this. I know what your job is. It's not hard.
Right.
People that demand respect for doing something stupid. But again, if somebody gave me a hosting spot, I would totally do it. Like, yeah, sure.
Right.
But then again, if you're the host, it's your job to fill the room, and that's the hardest part.
Uh-huh.
Just begging. You're a bum. You're begging people to come.
Yeah.
Begging dudes, trying to get dudes to come. And maybe bring their girlfriend. But yeah, I couldn't do the whole war with white men thing with how many fat women were in the mothership last time.
They're there to be the butt of the joke.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to worry about it next time because it was mostly a bro room.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say stuff that I like to say, and I'm excited to spread my message of hope and mirth and goodwill towards men. And don't listen to girls because they're stupid. Positivity. Trump uses Supreme Court immunity ruling to claim unrestricted power. Unrestricted power.
I like that one.
Do you care if democracy dies, Donnie?
I hope it does because I want everything to die.
Yeah.
I just
My
want-
dad was a Civil War buff, and like he loved all the founding fathers. So I can't imagine that he feels super good about how things are going.
I don't know. If you just redefine everything to being like, oh, this is what the founding fathers wanted, and it's
Yeah.
actually the Democrats that are evil and anti-democratic, then maybe
In my
you can
opinion, it is
you
the
can make
Jedi
anything
that are
make
evil.
sense in your own head if it's just the thing that you want anyway.
Yeah, it's all ideas.
Yeah.
You just reframe everything to be
Yeah.
that it's destroying an idea of a thing.
Yeah. Well, the thing about America and like our founding fathers and all that is those people were the smart guys of the time. They weren't the retards. They weren't the people who, like, we come from monkeys, and why is there still monkeys? They weren't those kind of guys, right? So they knew that you had to keep the rabble out of it, like
And they were the rebellion against the empire.
yeah.
They were at that time of that arc.
You can't make us pay taxes if we don't get to vote on it.
Well, and yeah, people everyone else in the world just accepted the British Empire. They were like, yeah, that's just how it is. You just have to
Yeah.
let them rape. That's how it's been for a long time.
Yeah.
And America was the first time people were like, you know what? Fuck you.
You know what? We are also white men, and we also have
We
slaves.
worked hard killing all these Indians to get to have
We've
this
gotten
land.
rid of all the savages in this land.
Ruin it by taxing us. We paid taxes with murder and blood.
Yeah. How dare you? How dare you tax us on our tea?
I was watching Hostiles last night. Have you seen that with Christian Bale?
How recent is that?
2018, 19. It's old. Christian Bale. He looks old. It's the Hostiles are Native Americans. It's
Is it an
it's
old
not really a
school-
Western.
old
It's
school
the
one?
end of the Civil War type thing.
I guess I never saw that. I've heard the name, but I haven't never
It's
watched
good. It's on Tubi, so we had to download
Oh, yeah.
Tubi to watch it.
it. Isn't Tubi the free one? The one
Yeah,
where
that's where
everything's
everything
free?
ends up when you can't find it on any other streamer. It's
Yeah.
on Tubi. I can't hear about Tubi without thinking about Cat Williams yelling about other comedians. They can't even get a special on Tubi. But it's a lady, of course. It's the evil bitch from the Batman, whatever, Ben Affleck. Gone Girl. It's the Gone Girl
Oh,
with her fucking face.
you ping ponged around that for a while.
She's the female
Batman,
lead.
Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, she is. What's her name? Rosamund Pike.
Yeah. She's the female lead. She loses her husband and children to Indians. They burn up their. They had the gall to build a nice, beautiful cabin in the middle of America
Yeah.
and try to work the land and have horses before it was time to do that safely. So, of course, just a bunch of Indians came over the horizon and killed everybody and burned their
Yeah.
house down. I was like, you don't get to do that yet. We're not. It's not free. Freedom is not free.
It's not time for that yet.
Yeah, you got to give it another 100 years or 20 or maybe probably 10 before we weren't done murdering all of them yet. So you couldn't just come and have things.
Yeah.
But Then Christian Bale had to escort an old Indian chief back to his homeland to die because he was sick. And that was his last commission as an officer of the Civil War, or whatever, the Union. And then they picked her up on the way. They found her in her burnt house with her 3 dead kids acting like they were alive, like a psycho. She was like, shh, they're sleeping. She was just delusional mom with dead kids energy. So they had to take her with them, and then they brought her to their camp, and they had those Indians there that they were escorting, and she just started. There's a lot of sad woman wailing, crying in it, of her just going, "Aah."
Yeah.
I was like, shut up. It's cowboy times. Your kids are going to die. Everybody else, remember the first Red Dead trailer where the guy was like, shoot, I buried more of my kids than I raised.
Yeah.
It was the facts of life back then. But, you know, the dads seem to deal with it better than the women. The women are always like, oh, I had a miscarriage. Oh, I had an abortion. The dads are like, we have to plow, okay?
Yeah.
There's still plowing. The plowing
There's
hasn't-
work to do in the fields, and we don't have slaves anymore because the Civil War is over.
It was one of those with slow pacing where it was too late at night and I fell asleep. Same with White Lotus. White Lotus is slow, but and so pretty to look at. When they take a time between shots to like do establishing of the environment, it's, you know, a cool monkey in a tree or something.
Right, yeah.
It's not super boring. Walton Goggins is like it looks like a burnt out rock star guy.
Oh, yeah, cool.
But
I knew he was in that, yeah.
He's there for some kind of nefarious reason. He's trying to find the owners.
Yeah.
And then the bald guy that was Stifler's mom's boyfriend is there.
Oh, John Grease or whatever?
Yeah.
So you get to find out what was really going on with that in the second season.
Eventually, they show him right at the end. And then the black masseuse lady's there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the very beginning is also always they start with the actual murder. Of
Yeah, they're like, oh, somebody died, and then
And then you
flashback
go-
a week later.
yeah, it's Agatha Christie model.
Yeah, right.
Where they go back and go, now you have to figure out how this all happened.
Yeah. I like Mike White. I've been watching the shit Mike White makes for years.
Mike White privilege.
Yeah. Did you ever see The Good Girl? That movie with Jennifer Aniston and John C. Reilly and Tim Blake Nelson and Jake Gyllenhaal. It was an early Mike White movie. It was like early 2000s. I think you see Jennifer Aniston's boobs a little bit in it.
I want to rewatch Dragged Across Concrete and Brawl in Cell Block.
I rewatched Dragged Across Concrete not too long ago.
He's got another one coming out. Did you watch Brawl in Cell Block, whatever, 51?
Yeah, I watched that when it leaked or when
He's the bro.
released.
He's friends with all the comedians. He tries to help people do stuff. He's in Tires. Vince Vaughn.
Oh yeah.
Clyde says the best thing to do if you're tired of open mics is get some guys together and do a small theater room somewhere like Wichita Falls or Tyler.
Yeah, there's probably actually good. Like Jack Shoots, he does that. He does that in the Hill Country.
Is he from Amarillo? Donnie's from Amarillo.
I'm not from Amarillo.
Where are you from? Armadillo? Amberino. Which Red Dead town are you from?
Which Red Dead town? Yeah, hell yeah.
Strawberry.
I'm from Saint Denis. You know what I'm saying?
No,
How you doing there, Mister? Hey there, Mister.
I have not seen Tiptoes. I don't know what Tiptoes is.
Tiptoes is the movie with Gary Oldman where he plays a midget.
Oh no, I didn't know how you could get that.
You probably have to like pirate it at this point, I would think.
No, I have a bunch of weird recent searches on is this streaming or not. Trying to find them on Plex or, dude. All of my wife's older friends are like, "What is this Plex? How do y'all use Plex?" And we're like, "That's not for you. It's only for me and my nerd friends."
It's funny because I've been trying to get my parents to use it forever, and they never will. And I think a big part of it is because my stepmom still thinks that the piracy is wrong.
Yeah,
So he's like, I don't want to watch stolen movies.
yeah. My
Come
parents were like, "How do
on.
I watch Plex?" Because I used it in Europe. I logged
Yeah.
into it, and I was like, "Well, you have to have access to my friends' nerd hard drives
Yeah.
that are from AT&T Austin, and they're not going to let you do that." I think I tried to get Flip to add somebody one time, and he was like, respectfully declined. I was like, oh, damn. He's a gatekeeper. I guess we're lucky. We're lucky he lets us use his Plex.
Yeah. Well, I got Wes to add y'all, so
Yeah. Well, I ended up meeting Wes in real life. That's good.
yeah. After how many years?
But Nosferatu.
My servants are all retarded. That's great.
Would you like to look at the decrepit penis? Please stay tonight.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about. I've heard if Tiptoes is one of those like so bad, it's like it's funny or whatever. It's almost one of those like I guess blindly offensive. Like they thought they were doing something great, and they weren't. Kind of like that's fucking movie where Rosie O'Donnell's retarded. She's like riding the bus with my sister, and so basically Rosie O'Donnell just goes full retard on it. So that's what I think of when I think of Tiptoes. I think of like Gary Oldman really method acting the dwarf.
Retarded or something? That ain't fucking right. What are you fucking retarded or something? That ain't fucking right. What are you?
Are you fucking... I love the word retarded in the Scottish accent.
Yeah, retarded.
Retarded or something. No, I was looking at, Westerns on Reddit. When's the last time you saw The Outlaw Josie Wales?
Several years ago, I can't remember if it was with Clay and Joey or something. We put it on, and I was like 15 minutes in, like, he's raping a woman.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like
back when America was great and you could rape in a movie.
Yeah, back whenever you could show the hero.
Shit's all fucking gay now.
Yeah.
I didn't know Elmore Leonard wrote 310 to Yuma. That's why it's so good.
Well, 310. Well, he must have written because original 310 to Yuma was from like the 60s, wasn't it?
He was around in the 60s writing novels.
Right.
It's a 60s novel. Did you see The Power of the Dog?
Yeah.
With,
I watched that. Like, it was a Netflix movie or something, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Bingle Snort Hinkerdanch.
Yeah, that was a really good movie. I liked that one a lot.
I like when the pacing is slow and deliberate but commands attention.
Yeah.
But you have to be a certain age. Oh, there you go. That's a good one I haven't heard of. Jack Nicholson.
Ride in the Whirlwind.
He was at the SNL thing.
Yeah.
He made
I was
a
like,
public appearance.
he never comes out in public anymore.
You fucking retarded. He'll come out in public.
Yeah.
He's lost his
I wonder how
mind.
much of him is still there, you know?
Enough to go enjoy SNL.
Yeah, right.
Slow West, we watched that recently. That was good.
Which one was Slow West? Michael Fassbender?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever watched
And
that.
the How to Train Your Dragon guy. The Slowest West.
So that live action How to Train Your Dragon, I think that is like the peak, the epitome of post 2015 Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shot-for-shot remake of the animated version, original, but they just made one of the white girls black. That is everything Hollywood since 2015.
So Tiptoes is on Amazon Prime for free. Didn't notice. Yeah, we were talking about Gary Oldman last week because of the slow horses.
Yeah.
Oh, Donnie, I think that my therapist is gay. He gave us that TV,
Yeah.
so it still has his Amazon login.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was searching for 60s movies.
Yeah.
'Cause, fun but dated. And then adding them to my watch list. And I forgot that I was on the TV menu, not the PlayStation menu. I was like, oh, fuck, I got to delete all these. 'cause
Was he
they're
still signed into his shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, no, these are all on his watch list, not mine. So I had to go in and delete them. So I started deleting them.
Yeah.
But then there were additional ones on there that I hadn't added that were all gay, homoerotic stories of life of men. And that would make sense because every time I complain about marriage or talk to him about any of that kind of stuff, he's like, yeah, that's why I never did any of that.
Oh. I mean,
I just thought he was real smart. It turns out he might be gay. That means I've been getting gay therapy for 4 years.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, like I've been in his place when I helped you get that stuff. It's
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. He's a smart guy.
Yeah. That's funny. Why didn't he just tell you?
Probably because I made a bunch of gay jokes. Because I run material on him. When
I'm
there.
sorry, is he not cool? Is he
Yeah,
not like
dude.
a bro? You know?
Nobody ever said anything bad about it. We don't hate anyone. We
Yeah.
just observe.
Yeah.
That's
So what's wrong with being gay? What are you saying? There's something wrong with being gay? I don't think there's anything wrong with being gay. Do you think there's something wrong with being gay?
yeah. Do you think there's something wrong with me saying that things are gay?
Yeah.
That are gay?
Yeah. What's wrong with being gay?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I think he might be from that generation where they're ashamed and secretive
Yeah,
about
right.
it. Because he's like 70.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of those guys are dead. Maybe he never did anything about it. Maybe he's always just been in the closet hiding. Who knows? It's just a guess. It's just off of a couple Amazon things.
Yeah. That's funny though.
And his interior decorating and some of a lot of things
Yeah.
that he said. So yeah, it's 3 guesses.
Right.
Remember I was telling you about how I told somebody something they did and they were like, "Don't make me feel like an asshole."
Yeah.
And I was like, all I did was recount
Yeah. The things that happened.
current events. I was telling my wife that, or I tried to use that same thing on my wife. She was like, "Oh, you don't have to try to make me feel bad." And I was like, "By saying what you just said back to you,
Yeah.
that's not nobody's making anybody feel anything. You shouldn't say dumb shit if you don't want me to say that was mean or dumb or whatever." And I started thinking about observable behavior, you know?
Uh-huh.
And like that's what I'm in trouble for. That's the reactions that she doesn't like of me, is that I observe her behavior. And I don't like having my behavior observed either. Like at the beginning, in the first 5 years of the marriage, I remember her saying something about my behavior, and I was like, I'm not having my performance reviewed anymore. We've
Yeah.
been married for 5 years. We're either good or we're not at this point. Like I'm not doing this. I don't want to live the rest of my
Yeah.
life worrying if everything's okay with you. So, the wedding vows were you saying that it's okay, and we should be past this. But now, I'm kind of guilty of the same thing because I do observe her behavior because I have to.
Well, it also depends on the specific behavior, right? If it's very destructive or causes issues, or
Well, case in
maybe
point.
if it's blatant,
Yeah.
you know.
Case in point, I thought she invited you over for dinner last night. So that was what I was thinking we were doing for dinner last night.
Yeah.
And then when she came down the stairs at 5 and said, "I don't feel well," and I was like, "Oh, so we're not having Donnie over for dinner?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Well, he hasn't said anything." And I was like, "Why would he have to say something?
Yeah.
If you invited him for dinner, then you should tell him that that's not happening." And then so she got on her phone. She was like, "Fine, I canceled." And I was like, "Okay." And then later she was like, "I didn't really actually invite him over, and we never agreed on a time or anything." And I was like, "Okay. So you
Yeah.
told me that you invited him for dinner, but you didn't. You told me that he didn't say anything about it.
Yeah. I didn't reply
So then I
because I was trying to decide if I was actually going to come.
and then I'm supposed to feel bad for telling you to cancel
Yeah.
because you guys didn't agree on a time, but then you didn't tell me that until later after I felt bad for telling you to cancel because you didn't feel well. So everything is a manipulation and like layers of it's behavior. I'm observing this behavior.
Yeah. Right.
It's if it wasn't so obvious, I wouldn't be observing it. If it wasn't so trackable and quantifiable,
Right.
I wouldn't continue to comment on it. It's just these patterns are so recognizable that I have to call them out and go. And that's what Charles has told me about narcissism. The narcissist, you have to call them out every step of the way, or they're going to keep doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't end.
There's one way it ends.
Yeah, baseball bat.
Baseball bat to the face. Could always use the baseball bat to the face. Why does that fly up only when there's a ball and I need to get up there? I don't know how to do that. But yeah, you don't need to hit your wife in the face with a baseball bat. I'm not. But maybe emotionally,
This is a comedy show.
yeah.
It's all alleges.
Maybe symbolically, a symbolic baseball bat. I don't know.
Yeah, logic.
Yeah, with
A
logic.
baseball bat made
The
of
baseball
reason.
bat of logic and reason. Yeah.
That's what my father used. The cold steel of ninja reason. I played some more Ninja Gaiden 3 the other night, at Adrian's house. He's got Xbox and Xbox Game Pass, and he has Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 with all of the DLC. So I was like, cool, I have Xbox Game Pass, and I have an Xbox One, so let me see if I have it.
Yeah.
So I went upstairs in the boys' room and checked, and I don't have it. And I played it, and I downloaded it at his house. You know, it's small. It's a PS4 game. So it's low poly everything. It looks shitty compared to the new one. The first Kingdom Come. That was like 20 gigs. And but he has all the DLC, which is a lot of treasure maps, which is like, that's the funnest part of the game. So I checked at my house and I didn't have it. And I was like, Adrian, you have this from Game Pass, or where did you get it from? And he was like, I don't know how I have that. I was like, okay, so you have it and I don't, but we both have the same plan. So how do I not have it? And he was like, I don't know. I don't know how I got it. But, you know, Xbox and Game Pass and all that shit, the tiers change and the deals change and the free shit changes.
Yeah,
and
it might have been.
goes
Well, with
away.
PSN, you can just get a free game and then have it forever as long as you're subscribed. But I don't think Xbox has that.
Well, and Adrian, this is also the guy that orders McDonald's in the middle of the night on Ambien and doesn't remember it until the next morning, and he sees the wrappers and he's like, who was in my house?
You fucking retard.
So he probably got fucked up and heard it was cool and bought it and never played it.
Yeah, right.
I wonder how many other games are in his Xbox catalog that he bought on substances and doesn't realize.
God, how do I get up here?
You see his dog?
Yeah, I don't. Those are little shitty ass dogs. I don't like those dogs.
Yeah, he's a bastard.
Little shit dogs.
He's trying to train it not to bite, but that's like the funnest thing to do with that dog is to fuck with it and have it go.
Yeah.
It gets so mad.
Right. Damn it. Now I'm on top of it, but I can't. Ugh.
I was up above it. So now I'm trying to decide whether or not to get Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah.
Did you play the last one, World?
No, I don't. I'm not really into Monster Hunter games.
Never done that.
No.
I was able to avoid Veilguard,
Yeah.
even though it was on sale.
What a dumb piece of shit.
I got Kingdom Comes instead. Kingdom Comings.
Yeah. And then there's that shitty Avowed one that just came out too. The characters are so ugly in those games. It's on purpose. It is absolutely on purpose.
That Elden Ring Night game is $40.
Yeah. It's a $40 DLC.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy it.
It'll-
because of the
it'll-
stat math.
It'll have lots of replayability. It'll be
I like how they gave him Harrison Ford's little angry. It belongs in a museum sneer.
Yeah.
The Red Hulk. Did you ever watch The Accountant?
Yes. Only recently, actually.
I need to watch that. Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was very gimmicky. It was, Ben Affleck as a autistic accountant, murder hitman guy. It's a little. You
Yeah.
watched the Equalizer movies with Denzel Washington, right? You never watched any of the Equalizer?
No, I want to. I like it. He's OCD or something.
He's just like
He's like
an
ultra
amazing
aware.
super spy. Yeah, he's like an ultra aware type super spy guy. How do I do this?
I found what might make you and Sean be friends again. Final Fantasy Magic: The Gathering.
Yeah, that's gay. Well, I mean, Magic the Gathering sucks because Wizards of the Coast sucks.
Okay.
It's lame stuff. We can be friends again. He just has to pay me $10,000. That's what will make us. What will make us friends again.
There's been some economic situations and inflation since the first time you brought that number out.
It's only been like a
couple.
couple years, right?
You're not scaling for the cost of living. It should be 12 or 15 by now.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, if it stays the same number, he should take advantage of the lack of inflation on
know.
this figure. That's one of the only deals you get like that around here.
And well, the other thing is that we both have to report it on our taxes. So there's a legal record that he paid
He
me
has to put on his
$10,000.
W-2, I'm a faggot.
Yeah, I'm a huge retard piece of shit, and I deserve much worse. But this was the settlement.
And my dad was mean.
Yeah. Is that what you think of me?
Everybody's dad was mean. You don't get special treatment because your dad was mean unless he raped you in the
Yeah.
butthole with his pinky finger.
What's the name of this shrine? I'm just going to look it up.
Oh, Shane and Matt, whatever on that show, they were using every part of the buffalo joke,
Yeah.
but they were using it for aborted fetuses,
Nice.
like stem cells.
Yeah.
Like, you got to use every part of the buffalo. And then he was explaining the rigmarole he had to go through to meet Trump at the Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
And it was the same shit they put us through as open micers at
Oh, yeah.
Mothership.
Yeah.
It was like you get cordoned off into a certain section. You have to stand there for a certain amount of time, and then they warn you and go, you're going to go into this room now.
Yeah.
And you have to stand there and don't talk to anybody and don't look at anybody, and you're being watched, and be careful and do your best. And then very small amount of time with the president, and then they have to get the fuck out of there.
Right.
I was like, oh, well, now you see how it feels.
Uh-huh.
At your club that you get to go do stand up.
You get to just
for
walk
as long
into
as you want, whenever you
in your
want.
secret entrance and hang out in the green room with all the other famous people. Yeah.
The Super Bowl is Donald Trump's mothership.
Yeah.
He gets to treat the Super Bowl like his own personal comedy club. You want to see me? You have to get in line. But he did say he saw Trump say that he invented something that he did not invent.
Yeah.
He was talking to somebody. He's like, I did that.
Yeah, that's who you voted for, guys. Good
Yep.
job.
I saw. You know what? Elon said something that made a lot of sense, and I know he's an autistic retard, but it made a lot of autistic retard sense. When he was in the Oval Office, they were interviewing him, and they were like, "What do you think about people that say this is a hostile takeover or a coup?" And he was like, "There's nothing hostile about it. The voters voted for government reform. We talked about it during the campaign. We're reforming the government. A lot of people don't do what they say on the campaign trail. We're doing it. You're welcome."
Yeah, but if you're doing it in like crazy illegal ways is the problem.
Yeah, and that's why they're quoting Napoleon.
Yeah, no, that's why they're like,
man
well,
that
if we
breaks
do
the
it,
law.
it can't be against the law. I mean, that's what fucking Nixon tried to say about
That's your
shit.
favorite Ron Swanson quote. All of my behavior is the behavior of an award winner.
Because I have won an award. Yeah.
Again, yeah, I feel the same way you do. I want to see a different way. I'm not super happy with the way that things are doing,
Yeah.
and I don't have this huge honor for the founding fathers. I don't know those fucking guys.
I do because I read what they wrote, and I read all the Enlightenment and all the philosophy and all the things that's based on, and it all makes sense. And it's the thing that I say yes, that is human progress and all that, and to watch it basically just be wiped out by a bunch of fucking retards is a big problem.
I think it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah, I mean, this is also the natural course of human events, you know? Like, I don't think there's any way that we can stop this, because this happens with every civilization, every empire.
It's 250 years. So
happens.
this is like the average for an empire.
This is what happens.
And if you want longer, then you're a Nazi, because that was the 1,000-year reign.
See what happens, Larry?
You
See
fucking
what
retard
happens?
in the ass.
See what happens when you let a fucking retard vote? When you put a retard on the internet, let them read all their retard-ass conspiracy theories about how the moon's not real or whatever, and then all of a sudden Donald Trump's president. Good job.
I mean, I wish the women had voted. I wish they had gotten out of bed. Then we wouldn't be in this situation. Maybe it would have been good for them to have the right to vote had they used it. You don't use it, then you do. If you don't, it's like jerking
right.
off. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it? I need to go get my heart containers.
Civil duty. You have civil duty.
Yeah.
That's another thing that's eroded. But that's the people. The people did that.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody gives a shit anymore.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, didn't people vote for Hitler?
yeah.
Kind of sucks, man.
And he was his second term too, right?
He tried to seize power at one point, then he got sent to jail for a while, and then he got out, and then he got basically they always have it where they're in power and they get sent away and they come back.
Same with Napoleon.
Yeah, Napoleon got exiled to Elba.
Yeah. Jesus. Same thing. John the Baptist, exiled. A lot of exiled guys. And exile was part of the rise to...
Julius Caesar. I think Julius Caesar, they got sick of him, so they sent him off to Spain, and he won a bunch of wars and battles and stuff, and then he came back and just took control of everything. And
Did you see that teacher yelling at that kid
can't
for
believe-
being disrespectful and mentioning politics in class?
no. But I just can't believe that we're putting Donald Trump of all people up with like Caesar and Napoleon and all that shit, because he's such a dumb butt.
He's
idiot.
America.
He's so stupid. He is definitely the president we deserve.
Yeah. I mean, he's an archetypical
Yeah.
version of the American
Yeah.
capitalism, what it's all about. All,
Just
all
the dumb,
loopholes.
like the dumb, stubborn, never change your mind, never,
Yeah.
I'm never wrong, that kind of
And
shit.
everything is sacrificed in the name of money, and he finds loopholes to make more money, and
Yeah.
then sacrifice other people, and he doesn't care about his family. That's America. That's why this system was built for capitalists to be able to,
Yeah.
the natives aren't going to come burn down your cabin anymore.
Right.
We can now take and have everything.
Right.
That's what he's doing. He's going to take and have everything. That's what America's about. Come and take it and have it.
I'm supposed to take and feed a family.
Yeah, God damn it.
12 ounces of goddamn sausage. I'm a Texas man.
Oh, Jim, NFL 7 is telling you to do your heart containers.
Yeah, no, I have like shrine shit that I need to do with heart containers. I need to find another one of those little angel statues to get my last couple heart containers.
Oh, what you still could do instead of beating the game. After you beat it, do you still get to fuck around?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can still fuck around. Once I beat it, I'm not going to want to play it anymore. So I'm going to want to go to something else. So I'm kind of forcing myself to I'm not going to 100% this game because that's crazy. But I want to get like at least all the armor and stuff, and maybe get it all upgraded and do all the side quests.
What's your buddy's channel? They were watching? Reggie?
Yeah, Reggie Williams,
Is that what it is?
Reginald Williams. Yeah,
That's what the channel's called?
yeah.
Dude, if we had a ton of followers, we could get his channel to
I
blow
know,
up.
dude.
Is it all one word?
No, it's two names. Reginald Williams.
Okay.
Yeah. See all his AI stuff he generates.
I'm just going to sub to it on the God Awful.
I already sent him
So we can get him on
our stuff because I want him to come be a guest.
Yeah, I'm not finding him. His 7 subscribers. Is that him?
No.
There's a lot of Reginald
That's a
Williams.
topic. It's not an account. You got to
Oh.
figure out how to search for his like specific account.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know
Again, there's a lot
yeah.
of Reginald Williamses.
Yeah.
Next time you're on there, send me a link. And then
Yeah.
we'll connect him to the God Awful YouTubes. To try to be sister channel. Brother, sister channel.
Brother channel.
Our sister, brother channel.
Reginald. He was the one who told me 13 years ago that on the down low means gay.
Yeah.
Because 13
Down
years
low
ago,
under the desk.
all the white people were saying on the down low just like secret, and they didn't know that the connotation was that it was dudes banging each other secretly. And he told me that. And now,
It's a Far
13
Side
years
song.
later, everybody knows that it's that on the down low means gay on the down low.
There was a Far Side song called On the Down Low.
Oh, yeah.
You should know. But there was a bunch of secret stories. It was
Yeah.
about how he killed a home invader and he had sex with a tranny. It was all the members of the Far Side saying things
Okay.
that they're ashamed on the DL. I mean, for such a shameful thing that they're ashamed of that they do in prison, it sure is famous and everybody knows about it.
Yeah, right.
How dare you say the thing that we did? How dare you recall events?
Yeah.
Have you heard of anybody getting rounded up around here that you know by ICE?
No. I don't know any illegals.
No.
Do you?
Yeah, dude, I work for where I work.
Oh. Like actual illegal people getting sent, or just people
I
getting.
mean, there's no
caught
way
up
to
in it.
really know. I don't know. I can't say 100%. I don't see their papers, so
Yeah.
I don't know who's got what certifications. But my wife also doesn't have identification either.
Yeah.
So
She just doesn't match the
she'd-
skin tone.
She'd be in trouble if ICE showed up if they're going on a technicality.
Yeah. Can you get deported for not getting out of bed to get your driver's license renewed?
Yeah. You got to put in a little effort to be an American. She's on the down low. She's trying to be a secret person. How long have you known your? What was the first gay friend you had?
A guy named Clay.
Yeah.
Not, that would be a great joke to say, a guy named Clay.
Yeah. What's his
But
name?
his name was actually Clay Cunningham.
The Clay agenda.
We all knew he was gay from like when we were in 6th grade. We knew he was gay
before he knew.
and he got so much shit, and so many of the jock dudes like just hated him. But I always liked him. I never had anything against gay people, even whenever we were all like religious dumbasses or whatever. I always thought gays were kind of bros.
Yeah, gay Jeff, the guy that hung out with us all the time, would get fucked up and make out with girls in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think you're all the way homosexual. I think you just like drama. And
Yeah.
You're effeminate. Because he would do the same thing girls would do when they would make out with each other. Oh my God, I can't believe how fucked up we are last night. We made out. Oh my God.
Well, he's just gay. That's just gay. Gays are like girls.
Yeah. He wasn't like hoping to make out with them. He was just an
He was
accident.
just like,
He's like, oh man,
yeah.
I was fucked up. That was horrible. Actually, your pussy's disgusting to me.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah.
But he was into turning straight dudes.
Yeah.
And there was
a
always
gay
drama
guy.
about that. You know.
That's a gay guy.
Yeah, it's gay to love controversy. TMZ is like the gayest shit ever. Like, ooh, look. Look what they did.
Yeah.
Aw. Telling.
But it's also the most accurate. So it's like you gotta pay attention to the gays because they can give it to you how
Yeah,
it really
The
is.
truth will find a way up your butt.
Right. Like TMZ is never wrong. Anytime TMZ breaks a story, you know it's true.
Yeah, they're just observing behavior.
Yeah, they just have the best sources.
They're not making anything up.
They're the ones when somebody dies or when somebody's like got some shit going on, they find out about it and it's always true.
Oh, they always have the cause of death. Whenever you
Yeah.
hear somebody die and you're like, ooh, I wonder
I mean,
if
they
it
were
was
the
a
ones who broke
suicide.
Michael Jackson within like 10 minutes of them, like the doctors showing up, the EMS
Yeah.
showing up. They broke Michael Jackson. They broke Heath Ledger right when it was happening. Like anytime some of that stuff is happening, it's TMZ that gets it.
Yeah, they got homos everywhere. They have gay cameras watching the world.
They have
going,
they have
"Ooh, aw,
they have gay
got you."
spies. Yeah. We have a network,
Fucking General Hux.
an entire
I'm the
network.
spy.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of how the sequel trilogy sucks so much that it doesn't even make good memes.
Yeah.
There's 2 good memes that have come out of the sequel trilogy, and one of them is about how bad the sequel trilogy is.
Yeah.
One of them is somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah.
That's like that's so terrible.
Yeah.
The other one is the Hux thing saying, "I don't need to win. I just need Kylo Ren to lose or
Yeah.
whatever." And so that's one I've seen later. It's like, I don't need so and so to win. I just need so and so to lose.
Yeah.
That's an actual useful meme that I've seen come out of the sequel trilogy.
Yeah. Schadenfreude.
Yeah, but there's nothing. I haven't seen anything else because it's just like, I don't know. Like even the prequels, they were like honestly dumb.
Yeah.
So like you could make funny memes out of like their lines and the things. Surprised to be show up at a welcome one, that kind of stuff.
I think that's another effect that Guardians of the Galaxy and Deadpool had, because up until then, the Marvel Cinematic Universe was epic and serious, and there had been 7 or 8 movies, and everybody was dun 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 dun, dun you're gay, and it was. Then Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy came along tongue in cheek, and they were like, "We can make fun of this. We can have fun in this
Right.
universe. It
Right.
doesn't have to. Everything doesn't have to be all."
Well, I mean,
But
there
they
was
couldn't
still the Joss
continue.
Whedon stuff. I think it was Joss Whedon that started that with Avengers, right?
But at that point, if they were going to not take it seriously anymore, they would have had to stop making numbered iterations of Star Wars movies. Because if it's going to be episode whatever, it has to be some sort of epic shit. But they take themselves too seriously, and nobody takes shit that seriously anymore.
I think they'd have taken it seriously if it was just good. If it wasn't so lame and gay.
Yeah. Yeah, like if they had let Ridley Scott do it. Or
Yeah, or Denis Villeneuve
Yeah.
or something.
Somebody that's good at making things that you can take seriously without going, this shit's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they had to give everything to young upstart.
Yeah. It was Ryan Johnson that really, because everybody was cool with Star Wars. Everybody liked the new shit. Everybody liked Force Awakens. Everybody liked Rogue One. And then fucking Last Jedi came out, and half the fan base kind of abandoned Star Wars at that point. That was whenever I said, after Last Jedi, I was like, I'm not going to go see one in theater. I'm not going to pay to go see Star Wars anymore. And the only reason I saw Solo was because you had a ticket.
No, Last Jedi fucked it for the foreseeable future for everything. There was no way they could do it right.
God, and then I guess arguably Rise of Skywalker was worse. I don't know, man. And then they did
the same shit.
And then they had a little bit of a comeback with Mandalorian, but then they went retarded and overkill on that too, on all the TV show stuff.
I'm really scared about Andor. I hope they don't fuck Andor up.
I just hope the second season's as good as the first season.
Yeah, that's the only good Star Wars anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, Sigourney Weaver was in The Gorge. Same character from the Matt Damon. Did you watch Elysium?
Did she have something happen to her? Like Matt Damon in Elysium was like he's all fucked up and he has to go get himself.
Yeah, but she was like the bad president of the sci-fi.
That was Jodie Foster in
Okay.
Elysium. She was the bad person who ran
Yeah, you're right.
the Halo world that was outside of Earth or whatever, right?
Yeah,
I think it was Jodie Foster.
Sigourney Weaver was good in Avatar.
Yeah, she was good in Avatar. She was like a good scientist.
She was the
lady.
bad. She was the Jodie Foster of Elysium in the Gorge.
Okay.
And she was very good at being a bad
Yeah,
corporate spook lady.
right.
You're probably never going to watch it, right?
I don't know. I'm kind of interested now, but
Yeah, I think it's worth. That's what I'm proposing to you right now is whether or not it's worth your time.
yeah,
It's sci-fi. It's cool. It's got neat gadgets. It's not too long. It doesn't get boring.
right.
It stays exciting. It's just it's kind of pop fare, like a pop song.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy
Popcorn.
you have to enjoy it for that kind of.
Well, I am sitting here going back through rewatching all the fucking
Captain
Marvel
America.
movies. So.
Yeah, you might as well.
You know what? I might actually watch Captain Marvel this time. I've never seen Captain Marvel. I might actually watch it before Endgame just to see how like lame and unnecessary it is. Me and Clay call it Princess Marvel.
Yeah, the only reason I was excited about it was because it was in the 90s and it had Elastica. It had a 90s soundtrack. But it was very heavy-handed with the look, how great women are. Like, I know they're great. Trust me.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
we've heard
It's all the
ad
way down.
nauseum as long as we can remember. I remember the girl shit whenever I was in elementary school, like all the applaud for the women. Women are look how amazing women are.
It's been shoved down my throat so far. It's tickling my epiglottis
Yeah.
at this point. It's triggering my gag reflex.
Yeah.
We know you're amazing. The Mother Earth Gaia.
All right, where do I dive?
And we know that we're dumb. We know that guys are so dumb and we're so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, we committed an original sin by being born male.
Somehow we're still running everything. I don't know how that happens if the stupid idiots keep being in charge. How does that work? That's kind of the British Empire. They were so intelligent. Everything you see
Yeah.
about those guys and the founding fathers there was a lot of importance placed on. That was the time of Darwin and all these Tolkien and all these guys where it was all there was to do was read.
Right.
Nobody was fucking around on their phones and jerking off and being an idiot.
You had to read about boobs.
Her supple, buxom, lusty wench breast heaved heartily, thankfully. It's all the adverbs.
Yeah. Lustily.
Yeah, I guess that's a reason to respect those people from back then is because they
Yeah.
did a lot of research.
They figured shit out.
Sir Walter,
Sir Walter Matthau.
Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Henry David Thoreau. All right, I gotta fight one more of these things down here to win this shit.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
I have a telecommute tomorrow. Telework. I'm greedy from the long weekend. I didn't have to work today. It's great.
Yeah.
Honored the president all day by disrespecting women and acting creepily. And not listening to any facts or truth or
Yeah.
Everyone has to honor me. That was another thing the word that I never really was into. Honor.
Yeah.
Like honor thy father and thy mother. We were talking about that before. I've been honored to work here. People put
Yeah.
that on
Right.
LinkedIn.
Right.
What are you, a fucking samurai? Honor.
This was easy. Let's check this out. Oh man, I missed it.
Where'd he go?
There. There we go. That was simple.
Boom.
Just had to shoot him with my Lionel bow.
You have the best shit. Now, what kind of shit do you get for it?
I don't know what I get for this. Probably something I don't
Fuck
need.
shit up, then you get to have shit.
Fucking that shoot up.
Yeah, my kid got so much further than me in this game. I moved on to something else. But I watched him destroy. Now the same thing's happening with Kingdom Come. He's like, Dad, look, I'm so far past you because I take all the time. And you would have to do other stuff. It's like how my wife is far ahead of me on Netflix. Netflix. Y'all watching that Netflix and necking? I'm 5-star.
That's great that he heard and he immediately took the concept and was like, "That's me.
I'm 5-star, motherfucker.
That's me. I'm 5-star."
Yeah, I think he just liked it because he didn't have to read to know what 5-star is. He's like, I can count stars.
That one's good. Yeah.
I can see the 5 on the $5 bill on the floor and know it's 5 of them.
Does your kid play Rivals?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Clyde just asked. I haven't played. I'm not a big hero shooter type. I didn't really like Overwatch that much because I didn't want to put the time in to get good at it.
I like watching Rivals. It's like watching Marvel.
Yeah, it's like watching
What
Marvel.
If.
It's like watching, and also all the girls' butts. They have actually good girl butts in that, which is nice.
How dare they? It's Trump's America, baby. We got asses.
Yeah.
Asses are back.
Yeah. Clyde asked, "Do you play Tekken?"
Yes, I play Tekken 8. I have Tekken 8. I just started playing it again because of Clive.
Yeah.
Clive.
Yeah. You want? Yeah.
Speaking of asses,
Add us on PSN. Add. We can find you on
Slamboni.
PSN.
SLAMBONI and item 4.
Yeah. Add us and we'll play Tekken. We can play Tekken on a stream with you.
Oh yeah, I still want to do a whole thing with everybody.
Yeah.
That'd be easier
Clyde, you play Ghost of Tsushima?
as long as everyone activates their voice. Share your voice. You
Yeah.
have to share your voice because we don't want to do a whole funny show and then turns out
Turns out
we're
it's only
responding
us,
to
yeah.
nothing and we can't hear.
It's
the
happened
people.
before.
Yeah.
That has
Everyone
happened
has
before.
to share their voice, and then you have to run upstairs and check and make sure it sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we will be having a stream on Thursday with Heath. Heath is going to come over. We're going to do
Joke ball and stream.
do a whole thing.
I think he wants to join us for Zach Mama too, because he knows him. They were at the East Side together.
Oh yeah.
I told him
That'd
it's
be
fine.
fun.
We got 4 mics.
That would be fun. God, this way.
I think
Look at those pose.
Zach Mama is kind of a big deal. He was on Sam Talent's Wide World in Paris.
Yeah, you said that.
He was going live, and I added him on both of our YouTubes, my personal one and the God Awful one. So
Yeah.
he was at 398, and we put him at 400.
Oh, nice. He's got more subscribers than we do. Time for Josh to sell pictures of his butthole.
Again,
Subscribe to my OnlyFans. What is over here?
only slam pieces. The Midnight Slam Piece Show. You're in the underneath.
In the depths.
You go down there.
Everything is all gloomy.
I like how they tripled the world.
Yeah. It's just that the two other parts of the world don't really have that much, in them.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Like now there's an upstairs and a basement.
yeah. Well, this is all pretty amazing to be running on the Switch. Still, you gotta admit, it's pretty amazing they were able to do this. All right. Well, this is going to be our stream. It's a weeknight.
Good evening.
We have things. We have life things.
Yeah, somebody was doing a marathon.
Yeah.
A charity marathon.
Yeah.
NPR listeners.
I mean, if we want to be actual, like, stream people, we have to be doing this like every other day at least.
No, that's cool. We had 4 people today. Thanks, guys. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're honored.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
It's been an honor to stream for you.
I'm a samurai, and it's an honor.
All right. Bye.